The first is a problem. So many students are dropping out because of their experience with COVID. So our solution was an AI model to predict students' dropouts during the pandemic. So this model will allow administrators to intervene earlier in an attempt to prevent students from dropping out. And this model will also be helpful if we were to face another pandemic. So the AIs we used were sentiment analysis as well as auto ML. Next, I'll walk you through how we created this project. So first, we collected our data and looked at an article on how university students in Bulgaria's learning experience during the pandemics were, as well as how some students indicated that they will be discontinuing their education due to the impact of the pandemic. We uploaded all our data into a spreadsheet. When we looked at our data, we noticed there was a free response question that said, "Do you have some recommendations for improving the quality of distance learning?" where students could type an answer. So we decided to use sentiment analysis to convert it to a numeric value. So we created a Jupyter notebook and uploaded the CSV data file, then loaded the CSV data file into a pandas data frame. Then we located the comment section and used the vendor sentiment to convert the text into a number, and then added that numeric value back to the data frame as a new column. So next is to create an AI model that can predict if the students will drop out or not. So I decided to use IBM Watson Data Studio for this part. So first I uploaded the data file into Watson Studio, then I added an auto experiment asked to predict if the student is going to drop out or not based on the values of the other columns. So the auto experiment will use several different algorithms and show the error of each one, and I used the one with the smallest error, which was this ridge algorithm. AI model ultimately predicts the percentage of the likelihood of whether or not students are going to drop out or not based on different factors such as major, device use, income, or platform use, as well as many other factors that we got from our data set. So we can actually test out our model by putting in some random integers here. And then we can go ahead and predict our data. So it looks like this student has a 0.4 chance of dropping out, so they're most likely not going to drop out. So now with our AI model, administrators are able to identify kids that are at risk of potentially dropping out. This way they are able to interfere and talk to the student earlier before their dropout occurs. This will lower their dropout rate and allow kids to continue their education.